Hello, my name's Chris and today we're going to be unboxing the Quadlock mobile device mount. Personally, I thought the Quadlock was a little bit pricey, even with the 10% off for new customers. What didn't also help with the cost of it was that I bought some of the extras like the spacers and things because I'm not sure how it would fit on the bike and I wanted to have that capability if I required it. Let's get this thing cracked open. So let's see what we get in here then. The phone case. If they don't do a case for your phone, there's a universal fit. I have seen some of the reviews that people have complained about the fitting coming off. So obviously you can't fit it to like a rubber or a gel case. It would have to be like a solid surface that it'll get a good bond onto. The poncho, try and keep your phone that bit more waterproof. There's the additional spacer rings I mentioned before. The knuckle adapter. This is a vibration dampener which Quadlock have as a recommended accessory for motorcycles. Here's the weatherproof wireless charger. This is a waterproof smart adapter. This will switch off the supply to your wireless charging head depending on if your engine is running or not. Finally, the handlebar mount. Have a little lineup of what we've got here. Little bits and pieces here. And then the extras tucked at the side. First things first, let's see where we're going to mount this on the bike. So you can see here, I've got my phone in its original case, in its RAM mount. So we'll squeeze that out. The handlebar mount is provided with different size spacers to fit bar sizes from 22 to 35mm. Let's try this one. Oh, that is almost perfect. And it's tight. In order to install the mounting bracket and accessories, Quadlock have provided a 3mm hexagonal Allen key with the handlebar mount, vibration dampener and wireless charging head. Oh, we've got a little power light on the back. There's that a button. That's a little button. Put your new piece right through onto that bracket. Easy peasy. The bottom is fixed onto your bracket and the top is floating on these 3 rubber bungs so it gets that little bit of wiggle room. Encroaching on my display unfortunately. Due to the layout of my instrument panel, the limited space on the handlebars and trying to prevent fouling the USB charging socket at the back, I moved the Quadlock device to the opposite side of the handlebars. There we go. Now, you obviously want the phone to face you, so we'll be looking at something like that. Feels quite tough. It's got a little bit of flex to it still, which is good. And we'll put that to the side now. I have to slot this in top first. Yeah, there we go. So, let's see, how well is this going to fit on the bike? It's just neat to have one of the posts directly up from the LED and then that prevents your issue with the charging port. It'll click in straight like that. It feels very loose, that vibration dampener, but okay. So I proceeded with fitting the USB smart adapter into the bike and wiring it up to the battery, and wiring the cable to the front of the bike where the USB charging head had been installed. This ended up going on into the small hours of the morning and a little longer than I expected it to take. I done a little confidence check just to check that I hadn't damaged any of the internal wiring of the bike, and by the end of it I was definitely ready for my bed. So now that it's all fitted to the bike, let's go test it. Let's go. Right, the bit we're waiting for. There we go. And we're charging. Nice. Let's get out of here. So there's a route that I like to do out along here. So we get a bit of a mix between going in casual traffic, starting and stopping at lights, and on the motorway as well. I must admit, I quite like where the phone's sitting now. I know I've adjusted it a couple of times. It is neat there, it's clear, I can read that dead easy. It's still charging, that you can see up on the top. I expected the vibration dampener, with it being so soft, that it would vibrate to a point where I wasn't able to see it. I mean, there is a little bit of movement in that. I'd say it bounces a bit more than what my RAM mount did, which used to come off this ball here. But the charging's solid, you know, the cable's not rattling out the bottom. But I don't have that worry it's going to go anywhere. It's totally enclosed in its made for case. It's a really nice fit. What's neat as well is that it's a fast charger. Again, I'm hitting a few bumps, a few potholes, a wee bit of vibration, but nothing serious. So this is us just coming up to the M8 junction. Don't know where you're going, pal. Still a red light. Let's head back along. So there we go. I'm doing the limit. I'm doing 69, 70 mile an hour. Solid. Not an issue. Really impressed. Definitely impressed. So yeah, great bit of kit. Can't say I've got any complaints with it. So I've had a wee rethink about how we fitted this on the bike originally, and I'm going to change it. So to cut a long story short, I wasn't happy with the on-off switch of the USB smart adapter being under my seat. I decided to use the SEE connector from a battery maintainer to power the Quadlock instead. You also might have noticed that I moved the wireless charging head back to the left hand side of my handlebars because it was the preferred place where I originally wanted it. So I got to work with moving the USB smart adapter, checking the polarity as I went. Although the USB smart adapter does have reverse polarity protection, so the wireless charging head will still draw minimal power even if there's not a phone connected to it and charging from it. It draws around 12 mA when it's turned on and 6 mA when it's turned off using that power button located on the back of the wireless charging head that we've seen earlier. Although the USB smart adapter will cut power to the wireless head when the battery voltage drops below 12.5 volts DC, if my battery maintainer is connected, the smart adapter will stay on, powering the wireless charging head. This will create what's called a parasitic load. Now a parasitic load will confuse the battery maintainer and cause the cells of your battery to degrade quicker. If I'm storing my bike for a long period of time, I would have the battery maintainer connected. So to connect my battery maintainer, I would require to disconnect the Quadlock completely. This issue that I'm experiencing is not something that you might particularly encounter, especially if you wire off of a USB that you've got already on the handlebars or something that's behind the ignition switch. The reason for me to want to connect and fit it this way is I wanted a more permanent fit than a USB socket, but without being intrusive to the bike's standard wiring, just in case I wanted to remove the system or transfer it over to another bike. So I'm really happy with it now. I mean, we tested it the other night, it's fitted where I want it to be, it's now powered and charging the way I want it to be, can't fault it at all. As I was going to say the other day, my name's been Chris. If this video has been useful or informative to you, please hit the like button. Catch you next time.